Salvete Christian Frates Sororos Meum. Today, we're talking about biology. Did that little Infinite Waters thing. Peace. You know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about. We're talking about biology today. All right, so let's see what biology is. Biology is the study of life. Biology includes all animals, all protists, all bacteria, all fungi, and all plants. That's what it includes in its field of study. Cancer, I mean not cancer, viruses. We'll talk about viruses more. Viruses are not living. I mean they are, but they aren't. But we'll talk about viruses either later in this video or another video. Anyway, let's get to it. Today we're talking about the 8 characteristics of life. Now, my biology teacher, I don't take credit for this one. He has this little system called Go See Her. You know, like your girlfriend, you gotta go see her. You know? I mean, I don't know why I did this. I'll explain why I did this. Alright? But you have to go see her. This is a little system he came out, I thought was pretty cool. He said, yeah, you have to go see her. Let's talk about it. It's an acronym, you see. I probably put it right here, but yes, Go See Her stands for growth and development, organization of cells, homeostasis, heredity, energy and metabolism, evolution, reproduction, and response to stimulus. That's what Go See Her stands for. Remember, always, your girlfriend, gotta go see her. Something he kind of created, my biology teacher, first period. That's what he told me about. So let's first talk about growth and development. Growth is increasing in size over a period of time, and development is changing into your adult form. This is, puberty. I mean, I'm going through it right now. I had early puberty, and I'm 14. That's probably why I'm so, no, probably why I'm so dang big, right? I had early puberty, so I'm more in my adult form, right? So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say that. Just don't think about it. Sorry, let's not think about that right now. I was about to say something, but just keep that out there, Yeah. So basically, that's what growth is. Is growth is increasing size over time. Development is changing into your adult form. What about organization of cells or cellular organization? Well, what is a cell? A cell is basically, the basic unit of life. That's what a cell is. All living things are created by God, of course, but God creates them with cells. Yes, all living things are composed and made up of cells. I probably have about a trillion of cells. I have trillions of cells in my body. You do too. Anybody watching this? Anything? Well, I don't know about thing, but any person watching this, yes, you're made up of trillions of cells, upon trillions and trillions. Okay, we humans carry a lot of cells. Some are unicellular. Unicellular, well, uni means one cell, basic unit of life, so one basic unit of life. That's what a unicellular organism is. It only has one cell, and some organisms are. Of course, some organisms are composed of many cells, like I just said. Humans are multicellular. The cat down the road, as Ralph Smart would say, that cat is multicellular. See? All living things are multicellular. It's funny, I'm scratching. Huh? Hey, you ain't showing what, man? Alright, about like 10:15, man. Alright. I know 10:30, alright? I mean, I'll start the. Alright. Alright, as I was saying, it's funny because like I put some bug spray on and I'm still getting bitten by these mosquitoes, which are multicellular. The first cell of any type of life, which I think any type, is called a zygote. So whenever your mom and dad, when they had sex, when your dad fertilized the egg, well his sperm did, they created a zygote. You see, a zygote is the very first cell of your life, the zygote. Of course, the embryo, things like that. So let's look at the levels of life. All right, so you have your cell. It comes after a cell. You have your tissue. The tissue is a group of cells, right? Then the tissue, you see, it makes an organ. So, your heart tissues, lung tissues, whatever, right? But your organ forms organ systems. And your organ systems, well, they form your entire body, the entire organism itself. You see? Now let's talk about homeostasis. So let's talk about homeostasis. So homeostasis, homeo means same. Okay, I don't know. Homeo means same. Stasis means steady state. So same steady state. You get my meaning? It means that there's a steady state regardless of what external surroundings may be. So I'll give you an example. All right. So this is how our body works. All right. So our body is what 98.6 degrees. All right. So let's say it's about 10 degrees outside, right? What does your body do to keep yourself warm from you frozen, right? What does your body do? So this is what your body does. It shivers. That means that your muscles, they contract just a little bit to maintain the internal um, body condition. Well, body temperature, which is 98.6. Whenever it's like 120 degrees, it feels like hell. Like, it feels like you're walking through hell, and there's a guy with a pitchfork down there. Like, there's a summer in hell, right? Wherever it feels like this, your body would sweat. It releases, sweat to keep your body warm or keep your body cool, so it stays at that 98.6 degrees. See, this is what our body does. That's just an example of homeostasis. Homeostasis is basically maintaining an internal condition, well, internal, yeah, any like stable internal condition, like as far as temperatures, regardless of what external surroundings may be. So what is heredity and genetics? Heredity is basically the science of how certain genes, traits, things like that are passed on from one generation to the next generation. The chromosomes inside our body carry the genetic information, and the genes create the deoxyribonucleic acid, or ribose nucleic acid. That's DNA. Next, we have energy and metabolism. Well, I learned in physics class that energy is the ability to do work. I thought energy would be more of a fancy word than that, but that's what the energy is, the ability to do work. All right. So, you know, that's what it is. Yeah, basically, the definition of energy is scientific one I know. It's the ability to do work. Every living thing or any type of creature uses energy. You use energy to watch TV, you use energy to play video games, you use energy for everything. Did you use energy while you sleep? I know you're supposed to be regaining energy, but yeah, could you use energy to sleep? When you eat, you're doing this, you're regaining energy. I hope you're eating broccoli and green beans like I do. You are, right? Because I eat healthy. I exercise. I advise you do. You live longer, you feel a lot healthier. I don't meditate though, but I might try meditating. I heard it's good for the brain, but I don't. Anyway, yeah, you see? All living creatures use energy. All living creatures make adenosine triphosphate, or I think it's adenosine triphosphate, something like that, for their cells. Well, yeah, adenosine triphosphate is made inside the cell. So, well, adenosine triphosphate, it's well, if you want to shorten it, because you're not a scientist like me, I'm not a scientist. I mean, science is my favorite subject. Government, nah, it's okay. Math, no, it's not. Don't text it. Social studies, I mean, not social studies. English, sort of, yeah, but English used to be my weakest subject, but it's my strongest. Anyway, back to what we're talking about. ATP for short, adenosine triphosphate. Now let's talk about evolution and adaptation. So evolution is change over time. Now, I know you may be wondering, Isaiah, do you even believe in evolution as a Christian? We'll get into that. All right. I mean, I'm not too sure about evolution because if we really evolved from monkeys, Adam and Eve were a monkey, but I don't even see that. I don't see that being possible or plausible to actually sit here and call Adam and Eve, as a monkey. But we'll discuss once I get back to my Bible schedule. We'll discuss evolution and the Bible. Do they match up? All right. But no, I'm not a creationist. I do not believe. I don't believe. I mean, you could tell Ken Ham, all right? I don't believe this Earth was made in. Well, this Earth is 6,000 years old. No, it's way older than that because the Bible doesn't even say how long, the day was. It just says day. It doesn't say 24-hour period. So, Yeah, back to what we're talking about. I know we're getting a little sidetracked. Evolution is change over time. Evolution will only occur in a group of animals, not in any individual animal, or not even animal, but any type of living creature. It occurs in a group, never just one individual. What is an adaptation? Adaptation is any type of survival trick or skill that develops over time in order to survive. What adaptation is. Now, let's talk about sex. So what is sex? Okay, I'll use a more scientific term. Let's talk about reproduction. I mean, sex is reproduction in the animal kingdom, right? In our little animal kingdom of life, we have sex. That's how we reproduce. That's how us humans do it. That's how the cat down the road, shout out to Ralph Smart, that's how it does it. So, yes, all living species have the ability to reproduce. Reproduction or sex is not crucial to any organism's survival, but it is crucial for the longevity and the continuation of any type of species. So that's why we need sex, and that's why I'm glad God created sex so we can continue to make copies, well, not copies, but you know, versions of ourselves. Like when I have my son, it's gonna be another version of me. Of course, whoever that woman may be, is gonna be a version of her. It's gonna, our genes combine, and we have a beautiful baby, right? Now, what is a response to stimulus? A response to stimulus is basically, well, look, all living things respond to a stimuli, or just stimuli, I don't know, respond to stimuli in the environment. So let's look at some examples, all right? So I'm walking, in high school, and some dude said, "Hey, bro, what you need, bro? Come on, bro, what's up?" And that's response to stimulus, right? If someone came at me with all that aggression, okay, maybe I wouldn't clock him. I'll put my hands up like, "Hey, yo, I don't want anything, all right?" Let's say he pushes me, and I feel like, I'm gonna feel my life is threatened. I'm gonna send a straight right down to the cross and into his nose. All right? Because the Bible, we're allowed to have self-defense. I did a whole lesson, right, on self-defense in the Bible. I think it was Exodus 6. No, hold on. It was in Exodus, right, where it talks about, if someone runs in your home, you're allowed to bang bang, at nighttime after the day, you don't do it, you're guilty of bloodshed. We talked about that, right? So yes, if I feel like my life's threatened, I'm sending a right cross, right between. Oh, if he has his hands up, I'm sending a cross right between here, right in here. All right, that's response to stimulus. I got nervous, or let's use a non self defense situation, right? Let's say a plant, it will move towards. Let's say you have a plant in the window, right? It'll move towards the sunlight. That's response to stimulus. Or, let's say a cat hissing because you annoyed it, or it feels threatened. It's gonna hiss. It's gonna. That's response to stimulus. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, what about viruses? Well, virology. Virology is, well, the study of viruses. Viruses, you see, they aren't living, nor they aren't dead. They're kind of in the same. I'll explain. A virus does not have a cell at all. That's why really isn't living. A virus cannot even move or grow. And plus, a virus is pretty small. I was just sick a few days ago. I said that on Instagram. I feel fantastic now. Sorry, my dad's sick now because I'm no longer sick. It's weird. It's like whenever someone gets sick, and you're not sick anymore, bet somebody in your house is about to get sick. I was not sick no more. I was feeling fantastic. I was feeling great. I was hype. I was lit. My dad got sick. So, yeah, they cannot grow. Yeah, I already said they're not grow. My bad. But they're extremely tiny. They're smaller than a cell, actually. But there are some characteristics of which it could be living. For example, viruses do have some type of, they do have DNA and RNA. They have genetic, genes and genetics. And they can reproduce, just like a cat or a human having sex with another human. That's reproduction. Viruses can do that too, yet they can't even grow or develop. Viruses can even evolve. I think this is the reason why the influenza virus, or how you normal people call it, flu. The reason why we get flu shots every year is because the influenza virus, it changes a lot. Like it's constantly changing. But I'll go into more virology in another video. That's just a basic of what a virus, why is it not considered, in the kingdoms? Because, you have 5 kingdoms of life. Viruses, however, are not even included in it. And I'll give you some examples of some viruses. You have, influenza, your cold virus, human immunodeficiency virus, HIV, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, AIDS, herpes, Ebola, human papillovirus. I think that's how you pronounce it. HPV, that's what it is. You have some types of cancer, some forms of cancer, smallpox, you know, yellow fever. There's a lot of viruses out there. Polio, but look, we'll get into more virology in another video. Anyway, that's it for today, all right? I seem a little more hyped. I do like science. Government's kind of boring to me, but science, I love it, all right? All right, well, Pax et amor, valete.